The country is on high alert for terror. Tonight, find out what Las Vegans are doing to get ready for a possible attack.
Cold, wet weather filled the valley today. Kevin Jannison will show us just how long this rain will last.
Gas prices are skyrocketing. Is the talk of war to blame or something else? We'll show you.
And in tonight's special assignment, with sexually explicit images everywhere in Las Vegas, see how you can talk to your kids about all that skin.
You're watching Channel 8 Eyewitness News, the news leader.
This is the scene today in Washington, D.C. Humvees with anti-aircraft missiles mounted on them are on patrol in the nation's capital. The government is again warning of the potential of a terrorist attack.
Today, the chief of the CIA said the latest tape from Osama bin Laden could be a signal of an upcoming attack. He says analysts are looking for hidden information on the tape. Good evening. Thanks for joining us.
We'll have live team coverage of the terror alert in a moment, but first we want to update you on the weather.
Rain has been falling in the valley since last night. Kevin Jannison will tell us if more is on the way.
But we start with Yetta Gibson, who's been out in the weather most of the afternoon. Yetta.
Well, Gary, the roads are slippery. In some cases, it's very hard to see. But more importantly, there is a lot of flooding out here on the roads. Now, we've been here at DI Indicator for about an hour, and the flooding seems to be getting worse out here. Some people are taking their time through this flooding. Others are speeding right through it, just plain not being careful. The hazardous driving in the valley is taking a toll. Metro says there have been about 200 accidents since midnight. The rain started late last night, and some people who've been driving in this rain all day have seen some of these accidents right as they happen.
No, I haven't had any close calls myself, but I've probably seen 6 or 8 accidents, yeah. Most of them, fender benders, stuff like that. And generally speaking, everybody seems to say, well, we better behave ourselves, but every so often somebody will fly by and...
So here is a little advice. If you don't have to be out here on the roads, then don't. The conditions are bad. There is rush hour traffic right now, and the forecast is calling for heavier showers on until the evening. For now, we are live at DI Indicator. Yetta Gibson, Channel 8 Eyewitness News Live.
All right, Yetta, thank you very much.
Kevin is here to tell us if the rain will let up or if it will get worse.
You know, Paula, we're going to have light to moderate showers much of the night. Probably won't get a whole lot heavier than what we've been experienced, but they will be persistent. The other thing, which is very fortunate, which is very normal too with winter-type weather, is that we're getting this rain stretched out over a long period of time. So rather than getting a ½ an inch all at once, which would cause some significant flooding, by getting it over a long period of time, we're getting some ponding of water, and some streets are getting a little bit rough, but for the most part, it's draining or soaking in, which is a great thing, much needed here in the desert. Let's start with the Doppler radar imagery, the light to moderate shades of green. The darker the green, the heavier the rain. The yellows and oranges over the mountains were showing where there were some pretty strong areas of rain earlier. Those have weakened a little bit. However, there are much heavier rains farther to the south that are coming up and might flirt with the east side of the valley. Real-time neighborhood weather on the west side of town near Alton, Anasazi, 0.53. Just over ½ an inch of rain has fallen. It's 44 there. And out at Red Rock, they are over 2/3 of an inch of rain. We'll show you all of the rainfall totals and tell you what's in store for tomorrow and the next 7 days on the forecast. That's just a few minutes away, Gary and Paula.
Thank you, Kevin. The rain may have helped cause an accident that led to a major tie-up on I-15. A semi-truck crashed into a light pole along the freeway near Sahara, and I-15 ended up being closed both south and northbound because the pole had the potential to fall either way. Here's what it all looked like. It was closed in both directions between Sahara and Spring Mountain. Crews needed several hours to repair the pole, but the freeway opened back up in each direction just before 2:30 this afternoon.
The raising of the terrorist alert status, along with the new audio tape claiming to be from terror suspect Osama bin Laden, have most people in this country worried.
Channel 8 Eyewitness News has live team coverage of the terrorist threat. Lisa Johnson will show us the psychology behind terror.
We start, though, with John Summers. He looks at just how Las Vegans are preparing for an attack and if those preparations are worthwhile. John.
Gary and Paula, many Las Vegans are rushing to places like Home Depot to buy things like duct tape and plastic. But local authorities we spoke to today say if terrorists do strike Las Vegas, plastic probably isn't going to help much. The Home Depot on Tropicana and Decatur has a small section of the store devoted to people preparing for terror.
On that table, just since we've put it up this morning, we've had to refill it 3 times.
It's stocked with all the items recommended by the Red Cross to shelter in place.
A lot of people come in mostly asking for plastics, duct tapes.
The store has sold nearly 70 rolls of duct tape in just the last 2 days. Typically, it sells 10 a day.
Having the plastic and the tape in your preparedness kit isn't a bad thing. It's just not going to be the saving grace in an emergency.
Carolyn Levering is Clark County's planning coordinator. She says it's great people are buying emergency supplies.
The last time people really thought about preparedness was after the September 11th tragedy. And the time before that was as we came across Y2K.
Although the items people are buying are meant to be used when authorities tell residents to shelter in place. But sheltering in place is designed for specific scenarios. Plastic won't protect you from radiation, and chemical or biological attacks would likely occur in a public place.
Terrorists are not very likely to give advanced warning for what's going to happen. That's part of the whole idea behind terrorism, is to make it a surprise, to keep people afraid that it could happen to them any point in time, any place.
Levering says the best protection is education and knowing how to care for children, seniors, pets, and those with special needs. Now, make sure we're very clear on this. We're not saying you shouldn't go out and buy these items. They can be very useful in particular situations, especially things like first aid kits. Those are always good things to have. Emergency authorities just want to make sure that people understand that if terrorists do strike Las Vegas, these types of things may not provide the type of protection you could be looking for. I'm John Summers, Channel 8 Eyewitness News, live.
Thanks, John.
Osama bin Laden's latest message has placed America on high alert, and it's sent a lot of Americans into high anxiety.
We continue our live team coverage. Lisa Johnson spoke to psychologists trained to handle terrorism and disaster. She joins us live with some advice. Lisa?
The reason I'm here is the residents in this apartment complex behind me received this notice posted on their door warning them to be on high alert for terrorism. Now, many residents across the valley are hearing such warnings, and while they may be helpful, psychologists warn they are psychologically terrifying, and that's what the terrorists want.
The goal is to increase terror.
Dr. David Rosen is the state medical director for mental health and an expert on disaster and terrorism response. He says Osama bin Laden's latest message is twofold, a tool to organize al-Qaeda supporters by telling them to fight the followers of the devil. But it's also designed to strike fear in the hearts of all Americans. Bin Laden even states how the attacks have scared Americans and Israelis like never before.
When he releases a message like this, his goal is to incite maximum amounts of terror in what he calls his enemy, which is the American people.
The message prompted the government to elevate the terror alert, which elevated Americans' terror anxiety. Evelyn Halstead is a member of the Red Cross Mental Health Disaster Team who went to New York after 9/11. The social worker says we can and should remain calm in these terrifying times.
Biggest thing that we can do to alleviate our fears is to be prepared and to realize what we need to have on hand to be prepared. And then if we're more calm, then our children will be more calm.
Psychologists say be informed and prepared, then go about your normal daily routines. That's the best way to stay mentally strong.
Terrorism and psychology are one and the same.
And the best way to defeat terrorism. And that's good advice for the adults. As for the kids, they say, tell your children this is a matter for the adults to worry about, and the adults will take care of the kids. Then just let them play. Lisa Johnson, Channel 8 Eyewitness News, live.
Some good advice. Thank you, Lisa.
Here's a look at what else is going to be ready for a potential attack. New York City police stepped up their presence at high-profile locations in Manhattan, including the United Nations and Rockefeller Center. British officials have stepped up security at Heathrow Airport. They had even considered closing the airport. Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld says the U.S. and several other countries are involved in a manhunt for Osama bin Laden. Many people fear the threat of terrorism will grow if the U.S. goes to war with Iraq, and many intelligence officials agree with that assessment. This Friday will be an important day in the debate over Iraq. UN weapons inspectors are scheduled to give another report on Iraq's weapons program. Iraq is supposed to be proving to inspectors that it does not have a weapons program.
We heard a lot of talk connecting a possible war with Iraq with the price of gas here at home. It's no secret that gas prices have skyrocketed in recent days, up 7 cents a gallon in just the past week. In Las Vegas, that average price for regular gas today is $1.65 a gallon. A month ago, it was $1.42 a gallon. But what is the real-world connection between a possible war and the price at the pump? Channel 8 Eyewitness News is live. Atlee Erlingson joins us from the newsroom with an explanation. Atlee.
Gary, here in southern Nevada, gas prices are at the highest level they've been since the summer of 2001. There are two reasons experts say as to why this is happening. One is a production problem that happened in the past. The other is the possible war that may happen in the future.
Okay.
The price for a gallon of gas suddenly spiking. 162, 166, up to 179 per gallon.
There is nothing you can do. I mean, what can you do? They can keep raising them, and who's going to stop driving? No one.
Some people are making changes.
Yes, I went down a grade. I usually buy the Ultra, and I've gone to the middle grade.
Although southern Nevada receives its gas by pipeline from Southern California, experts say the sudden surge in price has a global explanation. Crude oil. It accounts for nearly half the price of gas, the other half determined by taxes and refinery production. In the past year, the price for crude oil has increased 43%, much of it a result of supply and demand, mainly affected by a strike in Venezuela, which put a halt to oil production, ultimately tightening supplies across the world. And there's another factor.
Well, I can only assume that Iraq oil, we're not going to be getting it.
Experts say she's right.
Majority of the oil that goes to the west goes through the Persian Gulf region.
And because of that, oil traders are concerned, not for the 3% of world oil that Iraq produces, but because of the other major oil nations nearby, and the possibility that a war in the region could block the Persian Gulf, the main transportation route to export their oil to the world. A world that now must face an uncertain future of shrinking supply, with motorists pumping gas with a growing price.
The natural question now is how long will this price spike last? As of yet, experts have been unable to really come together on an exact answer. However, they do seem to agree that what happens in the Middle East, specifically with Iraq, will likely play a major determining role. For more information on this story or an update on the current prices here in southern Nevada, log on to our website at klastv.com. Live in the newsroom, Atlee Erlingson, Channel 8 Eyewitness News.
Very good explanation, Atlee. Thank you. We all know more.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Images found on the defendant's computer were the focus of a murder and rape trial today. See what prosecutors say they found on Timmy T.J. Weber's computer.
Plus, with all the sex depicted on Valley billboards and in ads, are Valley kids exposed to too much?
You're watching Channel 8 Eyewitness News at 6 with Paula Francis, Gary Waddell, Neighborhood Weather with Kevin Janison, and Sports with Dave McCann. Channel 8 Eyewitness News, the news leader.
UNLV tickets, we get you there. On sale now at UNLV tickets. Running Rebels versus BYU February 14th. The Las Vegas Gladiators home opener February 17th. Running Rebels versus New Mexico February 22nd. And Roy Jones Jr. versus John Ruiz March 1st. Get tickets at UNLVtickets.com, all UNLV ticket outlets, or call 739-FANS. UNLV tickets, we get you there.
Hi, I'm Cheryl, and this is Courtesy Pontiac Buick GMC. Here at Courtesy, you can choose from hundreds of new and used cars and trucks. No money down from $99 a month. Stop in, drive out at Courtesy Pontiac Buick GMC, just off US 95 at Centennial Parkway West. Courtesy Pontiac Buick GMC, where you always save more money.
Who loves you, baby? The furniture store, that's who. Come on in. If you've been turned down elsewhere because of no credit, new credit, bankruptcy, don't delay. Come in today. We can help at the furniture store with a guaranteed loan from a finance company. That means 10-minute approval and in your home today. See the largest selection of highest quality designer furniture and accessories in Las Vegas. If you didn't buy your furniture at the furniture store, you paid too much.
You're watching Las Vegas 1.
It's Eye on Washington with Marilee Joyce. Right here every week, Marilee talks with members of Nevada's delegation and other federal leaders about the federal matters that matter to you. We talk about gaming, mining, nuclear waste, education, healthcare, and all the other federal issues affecting you, your family, and Nevada's future. Eye on Washington with Marilee Joyce, keeping you on top of the hill.
A Experts testified in court today that there is evidence of a sexual relationship between murder suspect Timmy T.J. Weber and his girlfriend's teenage daughter. Weber is accused of killing his girlfriend, Kim Gauthier, and her 15-year-old son, Anthony, and sexually assaulting that girl since she was 9 years old. Channel 8 Eyewitness News reporter Cindy Caesar has been covering this case. She brings us the story from court today.
To look for anything that might tell the whereabouts of Mr. Weber, which might include Yahoo Maps of where he might be going.
Metro Police computer examiner Larry Smith searched Timmy Weber's computer. After Kim and Anthony Gauthier were found murdered at their downtown Las Vegas home, Weber, Gauthier's live-in boyfriend, fled. Homicide detectives thought Weber's computer would give them clues to where he would hide, but they found graphic child pornography instead.
These are the images that I contacted Homicide about to find out that if this was anybody that they knew.
Homicide detectives identified the young girl as Kim Gauthier's teenage daughter. The photos were shown to the jury but are too graphic to be broadcasted. The images included photos of the Gauthier girl engaged in sexual acts with whom police believe is Weber. UMC nurse Linda Ebert performed the physical exam on Gauthier's daughter after the teen was bound, gagged, and raped, allegedly by Weber on the day of the murders.
And she had bruising on the inside of her mouth where she said she had tried to chew through the tape so that she would be able to yell for help.
On Thursday, Kim Gauthier's teenage daughter is expected to take the stand. Not only will she be able to testify about the alleged sexual relationship she was having with Weber since she was 9 years old, but she's one of the few people that can give an accurate timeline of events that occurred last April 4th. Cindy Caesar, Channel 8 Eyewitness News.
You can watch the trial live each day on our cable station Las Vegas 1. That's Cox Cable, channels 1 and 39. And tune in tonight at 11. We'll have a recap of the Timmy Weber case up to this date.
Another high-profile murder trial was supposed to start today in the Clark County Courthouse, but it has been postponed. 57-year-old William Rundle is accused of killing his 63-year-old wife Shirley and dumping her body in California. After his arrest in Florida, Rundle made some incriminating statements about the disappearance of his mother back in 1997. Defense wants those statements excluded from his wife's murder trial. However, a judge yesterday said they were relevant. Now, defense attorneys are appealing the decision to the Nevada Supreme Court. Lawyers will be back in court on Friday. Told you earlier about a gas leak that had closed Convention Center Drive between the Strip and the Convention Center. It has been not completely repaired, but the problems are over, and Convention Center Drive is back open again now. I want to let you know.
That's good to know. Kids living in Las Vegas are exposed to a lot, but are they seeing too much, especially with the racy billboards? And is it affecting them? We'll take a look in tonight's special assignment.
Plus, air quality in the valley is getting better. Tonight, see what major pollution problem, though, still needs to be fixed.
And later, getting a date in 8 minutes. That's what these singles tried to do. Kate Maddox takes us speed dating.
Hi, I'm Steve Cusack, General Sales Manager for McMarsh's Fine Used Cars. Want a good car, truck, or van at a great price at a place that you'll be treated with respect? That's us. Take a look at some examples with special prices right on the windshield and no junkers sold. We've got many more to choose from, so come on in and see us or call the number on the screen. Good credit or bad credit, at McMarsh's, we can help. McMarsh's, your place to buy in Las Vegas.
Triple your fun and triple your refund. Get a new or used car or truck from Courtesy, and our certified taxman will prepare your income tax and triple your refund on the spot. Use it as a down payment so you can own a new Kia for just $99 a month. Drive a new Mazda for just $149 a month. Or take the money back in cash. No refund? No problem. Ask about sign and drive with no money down. Right here, right now at Courtesy Mazda Kia Isuzu Olds on West Sahara, 1 block east of Jones, where everybody drives.
You're watching Las Vegas 1.
1735-3291. You see, that's what makes this program so much fun. It's almost like you're sitting right there with me. So start your day with something to talk about. Start your day with a question or two.
Nancy Byrne, Day 1. Weekdays at 9 a.m. on Cox Cable channels 1 and 39. It may be habit forming.
Gaming, mining, water, nuclear waste. So many issues that affect your life in Nevada are federal issues, issues you need to know about. Marilee Joyce takes you straight to Capitol Hill for a discussion on the federal matters that matter most to you. Eye on Washington here on Las Vegas 1 and Channel 39. Gaming, mining, water, nuclear waste. So many issues that affect your life in Nevada are federal issues, issues you need to know about. Marilee Joyce takes you straight to Capitol Hill for a discussion on the federal matters that matter most to you. Eye on Washington here on Las Vegas 1 and Channel 39.
Driving around town can be risky business with curious children who want to know why those ladies on the signs aren't wearing more clothes.
Hundreds of thousands of families are raising children here despite the negative influence of the Strip. In tonight's special assignment, reporter Allison McCarthy takes a look at whether our young people are at risk because they grow up in a place that some call Sin City.
To me, it's a turnoff.
Would you raise your kids here?
No, no way.
No, I have teenage daughters, and I wouldn't want them to come here at all.
Given the view from the Las Vegas Strip, it's easy to understand why most tourists say the same thing about the idea of raising children here.
I'll quiz you again.
In fact, the Kolbuck family, who moved here from California 3 years ago, admits they used to feel the same way.
If someone said, oh, you're going to move to Las Vegas, I'd say, you gotta be crazy.
Carla Kolbuck remembers the embarrassed reactions of her young boys and their visiting friends to what was or wasn't on the billboards and taxicabs around town.
It's right in our face because we're behind this car. One of my son's very good friends was just beat red. He didn't know what to do. He was so embarrassed.
I don't look at them.
You don't look at them at all?
No.
How come?
Because I just don't want to.
Do you think that's kind of gross?
Very.
But 3 years later, Carla says the move to Las Vegas has actually improved her family's quality of life.
Are you going to get your dictionary?
She's enrolled her children in a private Catholic school, and her husband's dental practice has flourished, allowing her to stay home with the kids. So if someone comes up to you and says, how could you raise your kids in Las Vegas? What do you say?
All the stereotype just isn't a part of our life. We don't really go to the Strip. I don't gamble. It's just not my life. I like the restaurants. We enjoy the shows in the restaurants. And otherwise, it's just baseball games, basketball games, school, you know, just the normal thing that my friends are doing all over the country.
As for all the billboards and signs that made her little boys giggle with embarrassment, Carla Kolbuck says they just don't seem to notice them as much anymore. It's as if she says they've just blended in with the rest of the Las Vegas landscape.
Yeah, because I do think that it's, you know, it just becomes scenery. It's not the big deal that it was. We've been so flooded with it that we're almost developing kind of an immunity in some respect.
This local family therapist believes Las Vegas children are at no greater risk than any other children in the country today who are being exposed to the widespread use of sex to sell their products in all mainstream media.
Yes. Yes. I do think it's dangerous to look at Las Vegas, our town, and say that we're unique, because we're not. Just turn on a commercial, open a magazine, a video, oh my gosh, and it's everywhere.
And Darlene Cross urges parents to help their children deal with the daily deluge of sexual messages they are subjected to.
Parents ask often is, what should I say? And I tell them you should listen.
And a lot of times some interesting questions will come up and we can discuss that. You know, you can have a nice, normal, average American life, raise your kids in a conservative environment with the right values. I think it can be done. I mean, I hope that it's happening for us. We're trying.
Allison McCarthy, Channel 8 Eyewitness News.
Therapist Darlene Cross encourages parents to listen and not lecture when it comes to talking to their children about any sensitive subject. including sex.
For many southern Nevadans, there's a darker side to sex. Yes, sex may sell in Las Vegas, but for people who are actually addicted to sex, and it happens, its availability makes it all too easy to act on their compulsions. And sex addiction is far from an isolated problem, as I'll explain coming up tonight at 11. Don't miss this interview.
Time to check in now with Kevin Janison. More on this weather situation out there. Real
Good stuff.
live weather.
Can you believe it?
I like it.
I'm flabbergasted. First time we've had significant rain like this in 7 months. In fact, if we get another 1/10 of an inch of rain before midnight, which is pretty likely, this will be the wettest day in 2 years. It's been that kind of day here in the Las Vegas Valley. Check out this view from our camera mounted on top of Boulder Station. The clouds swirled, they wished one way and pushed the other way, and they dropped nearly 1/2 inch of rain, and raindrops continue to fall right now. Quite a view out there, and the good thing again is that the rain isn't coming all at once, so flooding has been minimal, and it's been mainly street flooding in some of the low-lying areas. We will begin with real-time neighborhood weather. We'll head up to the Mount Charleston Lodge, a couple of weather stations up there, but we'll begin where the temperature's been fluctuating in and around and above the freezing mark. The rain over 1 2/3 inches. It's been rain, it's been slush and sleet, and then snows for a little while. It's pretty wild up there, but the parking lot is rather slick as things have started to freeze. In Pahrump, 44 degrees and 2/3 of an inch of rain having fallen out there. Buffalo and Cheyenne, northwest part of the valley, they are approaching 2/3 of an inch of rain, 100% relative humidity, no surprise there. And down near Rhodes Ranch, it's 48 degrees, just over 1/2 inch of rain having fallen. Rainfall totals beginning to rise on the east side of the valley, and that will certainly be the story here over the next couple of hours. The west side of town, over 1/2 inch or close to 2/3 of an inch, especially as you go to northwestern parts of the Las Vegas Valley. This is the rainfall total from Lundy Elementary, which is in the town of Mount Charleston. That now has exceeded 1 inch, 2/3 of an inch in Sandy Valley. We showed you Pahrump, and again, not as much rain as you go east of town, but those numbers will change as the moisture works that way. It's cool out there, not quite this cool, but it's a little chilly. Temperatures around 50 with the humidity up around 100%, so you can imagine the damp cool as opposed to the dry heat we normally talk about. 32 in the Mountain Death Valley, only at 51. Laughlin a degree warmer. McCarran's mercury today maxed out at 52, but only a 5-degree spread between the high and the low thanks to the all-day rain that we've been experienced. It's added up to just under 1/2 inch in McCarran, which has exceeded the normal for the first half of February, and we're making serious inroads on where we should be for 2003 so far. Air quality is good, and here's the Doppler radar. We've had the heavier showers on the west side of town, but now in the last few minutes we've seen heavier showers pop up on the east side of town. So things have a tendency to balance out, and we'll be watching that over the next couple of hours. We, of course, right smack dab in the middle, and we've been watching these showers generate to the south of town and then slither up 95, mainly from 95 and then points eastward from town. This will be the rule probably through about 9 o'clock tonight, but there's a lot more moisture. This is a very wet system. Most of the LA basin has had 2 to 3 inches of rain. Burbank's had 5 inches of rain, and while we'll get nowhere near that much, a lot of this moisture still has to track through as the overall system slowly pushes east. So it will still have an influence on us. We're thinking pretty good chance for more showers tomorrow, finally dying down by the time we get to Friday. So here comes your forecast for your wet Wednesday night, down to 45 degrees, but that isn't the story. It is more rain with the showers tapering off after midnight and more closely toward 3 a.m. Then tomorrow, some showers. They'll be more scattered in nature, maybe even a thunderstorm in the mix. Up on the mountain, because it's a warm storm, the snow level remains very high, above 7,500 feet. The highest elevations could wind up with over a foot of snow from this system. And a look ahead at your 7-day forecast. There will be a couple of showers on Thursday easily, maybe a lingering shower early Friday, but as we are expected to do, we're drying things out for the 3-day holiday weekend for President's Day, part of our prerequisite requirement from the Chamber of Commerce.
Good. Thanks, Kevin.
We've all seen the bad air that sometimes blankets the valley. Tonight, see the plan to improve the air quality in southern Nevada.
Plus, people with Crohn's disease face a lifetime of digestive and intestinal trouble. Tonight, see a new drug that might help.
I'm Dave McCann. Coming up in sports, Mosley gets a deadline from Oscar De La Hoya. The Runnin' Rebels enjoy a night of smooth shooting from Jermaine Lewis and a big win on the road. And Tiger Woods is finally ready to play some golf. Sports is next here on Channel 8.
Hi, I'm Steve Cusack, General Sales Manager for McMarsh's Fine Used Cars. Want a good car, truck, or van at a great price at a place that you'll be treated with respect? That's us. Take a look at some examples with special prices right on the windshield and no junkers sold. We've got many more to choose from, so come on in and see us or call the number on the screen. Good credit or bad credit, at McMarsh's, we can help. McMarsh's, your place to buy in Las Vegas.
Attention all smokers. Now you can kick the habit in just 7 days. That's right, you can quit smoking in only 7 days guaranteed. Introducing the all-natural Smoke Away system, the herbal stop smoking program that works to completely stamp out your nicotine cravings in just 1 week. Smoke Away is easy, safe, and 100% effective or your money back. Fed up with expensive patches, prescriptions, and gums that often don't work? For less than the price of all of them, you can stop smoking in 7 days guaranteed. Over 100,000 people have used the Smoke Away system.
I like the fact that Smoke Away is all natural, and it really works.
I was on the patch for 5 months with absolutely no results. I did Smoke Away for 3 days, and I've been smoke-free ever since.
Smoke Away has added years to my life. I know now I can enjoy my kids growing up and their kids growing up.
Thanks to Smoke Away, we've been smoke-free for 2 years and saved $2,000. Thank you, Smoke Away.
The secret is the unique combination of all natural herbal ingredients that work to completely and naturally eliminate your body's craving for nicotine with no side effects like insomnia, tension, or weight gain. So now you can quit quickly and effortlessly without the agony of withdrawal.
It's safe. It's highly effective. I've had tremendous success with my patients using the Smoke Away program. In fact, I had a patient who had smoked for 25 years and quit in 2 days using the Smoke Away program.
Smoke Away is the only all-natural program that's guaranteed to help you quit smoking in only 7 days, no matter how long you've smoked, no matter how many times you've tried to quit before. It's true. If you started the Smoke Away program today, in 7 days, you could kick the habit 100% guaranteed or your money back. Don't be a slave to smoking anymore. Pick up the phone and order your Smoke Away system now.
To order Smoke Away, call 1-800-298-9058. That's 1-800-298-9058. Or send a check or money order to the address on your screen. So call 1-800-298-9058.
Running Rebel fans looking to define their basketball team are going nuts. 1 minute UNLV looks downright awful like they did Sunday. The next minute they show up looking like the team we thought we'd see all season long, a good one. Last night was one of those good nights. Senior guard Jermaine Lewis knocked down 7 three-pointers in a 79-64 win over the Aztecs. UNLV led by 16 at the break. They hold on to win by 15. Lewis ties a career-high 24 points. He was the benefactor of a very aggressive Marcus Banks, situations just like this one. And after the game, I talked to Lewis in San Diego. Here's what he had to say.
These are the same shots I've been getting the whole year. They haven't been going down, and tonight I feel pretty good.
So what does it feel like to finally be hitting these? And you got 7 of them.
It's one thing I know I can do, and the coaches know I can do it. I've been working on it after and before practice, and tonight they just happen to go down.
How does this team bounce back from the disaster Sunday at home to come on the road and win by double digits?
I don't know. We been playing up and down the whole year, and the main thing is our defense. And tonight we used the 2-3 zone, and that kind of gave us a little more energy on the offensive end.
Up next for UNLV, oh, look at the love. Valentine's Day, Rebels and Cougars Friday night at the Thomas and Mack Center. You can see whose heart gets broken at 7:30 on our cable channel, Las Vegas 1. Golf fans are praying for the rain to stop in San Diego. I was there this afternoon, and it is a mess. Tiger Woods is hoping to make his season debut on the PGA Tour tomorrow at the Buick Invitational. This is his first tournament since having his left knee scoped back in December.
It's going to be a week-to-week trial and error, and see if I can keep playing. And I know I'm not 100% yet, but it's pretty darn close. And it's a heck of a lot better than it was last year, let me tell you that.
That's bad news for all the other golfers. Channel 8 has learned that Shane Mosley has until next Monday to sign a contract to fight Oscar De La Hoya, or the fight is off. De La Hoya and promoter Bob Arum are offering Mosley $4.25 million to stage the rematch on September 13th. So if they don't receive the signed contract by Monday, they'll look to sign a rematch with Fernando Vargas. So the clock is ticking away for that.
Okay.
See you in a bit.
Thanks, Dave.
We have more news straight ahead on Channel 8 Eyewitness News, live at 6:30. Cleaning up the valley's air is a full-time job. Tonight, see what's being done to improve air quality in the valley and what the major pollution problem is.
Family of an astronaut killed in the Columbia disaster talks about his life and death. Hear from the McCool family coming up.
Plus, help for a debilitating disease could be in the patient's body already. See the new way people with Crohn's disease are getting relief.
And in entertainment, singles go for the fast approach to dating. Kate Maddox takes us speed dating. That's coming up.
You're watching Channel 8 Eyewitness News at 6:30 with Paula Francis, Gary Waddell, neighborhood weather with Kevin Janison, and sports with Dave McCann. Channel 8 Eyewitness News, the news leader.
Thanks for staying with us. Carbon monoxide and dust are the leading causes of poor air quality in Clark County. But the Air Quality Management Department has a plan to fix these problems.
A member of the Environmental Protection Agency was in town today to go over the plan and says it's the most aggressive plan to cut back on dust that he has seen. Channel 8 Eyewitness News reporter Luann Sorrell joins us live from the newsroom with the story. Luann.
Yes. The good news is that the valley hasn't had a problem with carbon monoxide for the past 4 years, thanks to the state's aggressive efforts to cut back on automobile emissions. But we do still have some bad air days caused by dust, and dust can cause some very serious health problems.
Dust in the air can cast a haze of gray over an entire city, but it can also cause some very serious health problems, like asthma or even premature death. Because of the high levels of dust in the Las Vegas Valley, the Environmental Protection Agency has required that the state come up with a plan to reduce the amount of dust in the air. The plan has yet to receive the final approval, but the EPA says it's the most aggressive dust reduction plan they've ever seen.
I want to congratulate not only the officials here, but the construction industry that's really stepped up, I think, and been willing to take some very aggressive measures to control dust.
Because construction sites contribute to a large portion of the valley's dust problem, for the past 2 years, companies have been required to make changes in the way they do business. But starting next month, the county will kick off a new campaign to make people aware of the leading cause of the problem, which is vacant desert land and off-roading that often stirs it up.
And that breaks up the crust, and that's critical because while the dust may not kick up at that particular moment, what happens after that on windy days is what's really critical.
And improving air quality is critical to the health of everyone who calls the valley home.
Now, the state's plans to reduce carbon monoxide and dust in the valley is up for discussion. The EPA is taking public comments, and if you'd like to look at either of those plans, you can just log on to our website at KLASTV.com. In the newsroom, I'm Luann Sorrell, Channel 8 Eyewitness News, live.
Thank you, Luann.
A citizens advisory panel may send a plan for protecting the Red Rock Canyon Conservation Area to Clark County officials. Construction would be restricted in the proposed Red Rock Overlay District, covering 70 square miles around the park. Housing density would be controlled, as well as lighting, in order to preserve the natural beauty of the area. But one citizen council member says if the county grants protection, it can also take it away. The idea came out of a task force assembled after a developer proposed building thousands of homes in the Blue Diamond area. The Venetian is reporting a record fourth quarter despite the sluggish Las Vegas economy. Analysts say an increase in convention business, especially during the weekdays, has helped the Venetian weather the slump. The company made $6 million in the fourth quarter of 2002 compared to losing about that much the year before. The Venetian still lost just over $38 million last year.
While the hotels have seen a slight increase in visitors, tourism officials say the numbers still aren't what they were before the attacks of 2001. They say the occupancy rate for 2002 was good compared to the rest of the country. It ended up at 84%. Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority says a little more than 35 million people came to Clark County last year. Some California Indian tribes who have or want to have casinos have formed a coalition to negotiate for slot machines. 21 tribes say they're willing to reopen talks with the state about gambling contracts. Part of the deal has the casinos contributing some gambling profits to the state budget in exchange for more machines. But they say Governor Gray Davis's plan for them to contribute more than $1 billion is unrealistic.
Independent investigators are not the only ones now reviewing the Shuttle Columbia disaster. Congress held a hearing today involving NASA officials. NASA's chief promised lawmakers his agency will not interfere with the independent investigation. Lawmakers wanted to know more about thermal tiles, the age of the spacecraft, and escape plans for astronauts.
I'm quite frankly disappointed that 17 years after the Challenger accident, so little attention's been given to developing crew escape systems for our astronauts.
Investigators are hoping debris that arrived today at Florida's Kennedy Space Center will yield some clues as to what happened. NASA maintains at no point in the mission was it aware of any damage. No word on when planned shuttle flights might resume. The parents of Columbia's pilot live in Las Vegas, and they spoke to the media for the last time today about their son. Barry and Audrey McCool say they are very proud of their son, William. Audrey McCool says the astronauts died happy doing what they love. The McCools teach at UNLV. They express thanks to the UNLV family and the community for their support.
Never in my wildest expectations did I ever expect that the eulogy for my son would be done by the President of the United States. No parent should have to bury a son or daughter before their time.
The McCools say their top priority now is taking care of William's wife and kids in Houston. Coming up on Channel 8 Eyewitness News, live at 6:30, a new approach to treating Crohn's disease that may one day help eliminate the pain for thousands of patients. That's in Medical Breakthroughs.
Plus, entertainment reporter Kate Maddox talks with some Las Vegans trying a new dating trend in the country. It's a speedy approach.
And more rain poured into the valley today. Kevin Janison will tell us if we'll need our raincoats a little longer.
Travel to Mexico or Canada to save. At a prescription for less, we can save you up to 75% or more on your prescriptions filled in Canada by pharmacists and delivered straight to your front door. Call a prescription for less toll-free at 1-866-272-8710. That's 1-866-272-8710, or go to aprescriptionforless.com for more information. At a prescription for less, we're guaranteed to save you money, so call now.
Hi, I'm Steve Cusack, General Sales Manager for McMarsh's Fine Used Cars. Want a good car, truck, or van at a great price at a place that you'll be treated with respect? That's us. Take a look at some examples with special prices right on the windshield and no junkers sold. We've got many more to choose from, so come on in and see us or call the number on the screen. Good credit or bad credit, at McMarsh's we can help. McMarsh's, your place to buy in Las Vegas.
ADF, duplexing, finishers. All I want is a copy machine.
Get the machine that's right for your needs at a price that's right for your budget. Call Tangerine Express, the largest locally owned office equipment company serving Las Vegas. At Tangerine Express, we sell and service copiers, printers, and fax machines. But our business is customer satisfaction. Call 260-6650. We will not be undersold.
Hi, I'm Nick Paglia. Call Tangerine Express for the sweetest deals in town.
Grill them. Then, so do you.
All right, we're going to go to the phone, 735 day 1, 735 3291.
You see, that's what makes this program so much fun. It's almost like you're sitting right there with me. So start your day with something to talk about. Start your day with a question or two.
Nancy Byrne, Day 1. Weekdays at 9 a.m. on Cox Cable Channels 1 and 39. It may be habit forming.
Is a lifelong gastrointestinal illness that usually shows up when people are in their 20s or 30s. It's often debilitating, and current therapies do not help everyone. Now, a new approach to therapy may offer relief to those who aren't helped by standard treatments. That's tonight's Medical Breakthroughs.
With every stroke, Kelly Perkowski falls deeper into her comfort zone.
I get lost in it. I feel like I could never really finish something.
Her comfort zone isn't always easy to get to. Kelly has had Crohn's disease for 20 years.
You just are so fatigued, you just can't even do your daily activities. Or you have abdominal pain and it just it's all-consuming. It was just to the point where we really didn't have, we were at the end of the line. There were no other therapies to try. Nothing was working.
Then she met Dr. Brian DeGraff. He offered a new treatment.
This is polar opposite to what the other drugs are doing.
Instead of suppressing the immune system, this drug, dubbed GMCSF, stimulates it.
At first blush, this looks like we're pouring oil on a fire.
The drug keeps the disease in check for many patients. 80% of people had a reduction in symptoms.
We also saw 53% of the individuals we treated go into complete remission.
Kelly was one of them.
All of a sudden I realized, like, wow, it's another good day. Hey, I'm feeling good today, you know, or I haven't gone to the bathroom 10 times.
The downside? Since this phase of the study ended, she can no longer get the drug.
I haven't had it for, I guess, a year and a half since the study was over. And I've been sick ever since then.
Kelly hopes the drug will soon be available.
I was just thoroughly enjoying life. So I'm anxious to get that back again.
The drug is given by self-injection once a day. It is already FDA approved for other uses, but not for Crohn's disease. A larger phase 2 study is currently underway at about 30 centers across the country. For more information, send us a self-addressed stamped envelope and write "Relief for Crohn's" on the front. You can also get information directly from our website. And that's Medical Breakthroughs.
Everything in the world is getting faster, everything from food to, guess what, dating.
Kate Maddox went speed dating, and she joins us with the story. Kate.
Well, I didn't really go speed
I
dating.
didn't think so.
Watched some other people go speed dating. It looked like fun. And it's a really popular trend right now, and it's about time it came here to Las Vegas. It's called 8-minute dating. We got a chance to check it out last night.
It's a tough world out there for singles, especially in Vegas.
It's an easy place to meet other people, but it's not an easy place to meet someone who you want to start a relationship with.
But now there's 8-minute dating, a quick date craze that's already popular in big cities all over the country. This party at the House of Blues was the 3rd event here. So how does it work?
We give them a dating card when they come in. They take the dating card with them through the evening. They write down their likes and dislikes. And then they go home and they sign back onto the website and put that in.
Within 48 hours to match, the dater gets an email, and it's up to them from there. But during the party, after 8 minutes, people move on to the next candidate.
So your date number 1 is at table 21.
For another 8. It might be quick, but it eliminates all those long, awkward first date silences.
I think you can tell if you like someone or don't like someone in 8 minutes. I mean, it's easy to tell. I mean, I don't expect a love match in 8 minutes, but it's better than sitting on a bar stool waiting for someone to come up to you.
Time to switch. The good news is it's social, it's a change from the usual bar scene, and hey, in 8 minutes you just might find that somebody special, even in time for Valentine's Day.
I'm getting all ages from 21 to 55, 60. It's all over. So that's a good thing. Hopefully we'll match some people up, and everybody wants to meet someone.
There were around 60 people there last night, but unfortunately most weren't too into being on camera. I don't know why. Still, everyone I talked to said they were having a blast. If you want to find out more about 8-minute dating, log on to our website at KLASTV.com. We'll have a link to their website.
It's very neat.
Yeah, that's fun.
It's a fun idea.
Okay.
Thanks, Kate.
Thanks.
Kevin Janison is here with a look at how much more rain we're going to get.
And it continues to fall, Paula, near DI and the Beltway, just about ½ an inch of rain. It is a cool and damp 47 degrees. On the east side of town, the number's finally going up, about ¼ inch near Charleston and Sloan. Let me show you the Doppler radar imagery, and you can take a look at the heavier rain would be indicated by the darker areas of green now on the east side of town, where things have begun to decrease somewhat on the west side of the valley. A wider scan of the radar imagery shows still a lot of moisture down south, and it will be tracking toward us over the next I probably figure the next 2 to 3 hours we could still see some pretty good rainfall amounts. We are not looking for the heavy summer thunderstorm type rain, but light to moderate showers continuing right through the evening hours. Very, very wet system. Because it's moving so slowly and gradually to the east, we'll have a pretty good chance for more rain tomorrow on top of already wet ground. That'll keep things slick and more ponding of some of the roadways. It won't be, we believe it won't be until sometime on Friday that we get the whole thing to shift to the east, and when that happens we'll begin to dry out. It's been so long since we've seen a rainfall like this. Much, much welcome rain. Okay, 45 degrees for the low temperature, the thick cloud cover, the high humidity levels. We won't dip too much lower than where we are right now. The rainfall could total another quarter to half an inch, depending on where you are and which part of the valley, although it seems the west side has had the most significant rain. Tomorrow, look for a high temperature of 54 degrees with those showers. There is even a chance for a thunder shower in the mix, and that'll be the story on Friday as well. 40 combination of snow and rain up on the mountain. The snow level is very high, but it's coming down in buckets. Snow, rain, sleet, you name it. It's wild up there. And your 7-day forecast, there it goes, drying out for the weekend. Another system coming down from the north will just throw some clouds at us, but that one will not provide us any rain. We'll have the up-to-the-minute rainfall totals for you tonight at 11.
Thanks, Kevin.
Okay.
Dave McCann is here. Maybe we could treat this like the movie Groundhog's Day and just show this game over and over and over.
That's a
I
good
think
idea.
a lot of people would like to do that. Just change the colors on their uniforms. Coming up, we'll show you the two biggest baskets from last night's big win in San Diego. This female golfer is ready to challenge the men on the PGA Tour. We'll have a reaction from Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson coming up. Also ahead, we'll catch up with local driver Kurt Busch as he prepares for Sunday's Daytona 500. Sports is next here on Channel 8.
Hi, I'm Steve Cusack, General Sales Manager for McMarsh's Fine Used Cars. Want a good car, truck, or van at a great price at a place that you'll be treated with respect? That's us. Take a look at some examples with special prices right on the windshield and no junkers sold. We've got many more to choose from, so come on in and see us or call the number on the screen. Good credit or bad credit, at McMarsh's, we can help. McMarsh's, your place to buy in Las Vegas.
Been 1 week that you looked at me, 'cause you heard the bazaar to sound angry. 5 days since you laughed at me, saying, "Never ever come back and see me." Yesterday, you've forgiven me, but it'll still be today till I say I'm sorry. Like vanilla, it's the finest of the flavors. Gotta see the show 'cause I know the girl goes at my door and they don't bang the rest. You'll have to sign a waiver. I have a tendency to wear my mind up my sleeve. I had this it's been 1 week since you looked at me, dropped your arms beside me, said I'm sorry.
Ready to take control of your credit card debt?
Credit Guard of America cut my monthly payments in half.
Credit Guard of America is a nonprofit service that's helped thousands of people to move on with their lives.
Credit Guard of America saved me over $13,000 in interest fees alone.
Call now to reduce your monthly payments. Cut the interest rates on your credit cards by up to half and get your unsecured debt paid off years earlier.
Don't you owe it to yourself to work with a real nonprofit service? Certified counselors are standing by.
Call 1-800-298-4398.
Next budget item, toner cartridges. Suggestions?
Tangerine Express. For office equipment supplies when you need them, call the company that wrote the book on customer service, Tangerine Express. OEM and remanufactured products, competitive pricing, and no back orders. If we don't have it, we'll get it within 24 hours at no extra charge.
I've called all the companies in town, and for the lowest prices and the best service, nobody beats Tangerine Express.
Let's call now.
Tangerine Express, 260-6650. Call now.
Brings it back the other way, makes a move on the defense, and scores off the glass a 4-point swing. Then later, with the Aztecs creeping close again, Jermaine Lewis drops one of his 7 3-pointers, leading UNLV to a 79-64 victory. BYU beat UNLV back on January 16th, 85-77. They'll reunite on Friday night. Well, other news today, Tiger Woods back on Channel 8 this weekend at the Buick Invitational in San Diego. They've had a lot of rain there over the past few days. They hope to begin play in the morning. Annika Sorenstam, she's going to play in the Colonial this May, the first woman to compete on the PGA Tour in 58 years.
I think it's great. I think it's great she's playing. But, this is the but part, is that it'll only be great for women's golf if she plays well. I think if she goes out there and puts up 2 high scores, then I don't think it's gonna, I think it's be more detrimental than it's gonna be any good.
I think she'll definitely make the cut, and I think she'd finish around 20th, would be my guess.
Bill?
How will I do at Colonial? I hope 19th or better, but...
Daytona has roared to life with Sunday's annual running of the Great American Race, the Daytona 500. is the Super Bowl of NASCAR, and today was a loud day of practice. Las Vegas Kurt Busch is ready to go.
It is a little odd to have your first race as the biggest race of the year, but yet we have such a long, daunting season where you're drugged this way, you're put that way, you don't know which way's next, and I guess to have your focus as sharp as you can, you may as well do it at the beginning. And this gets the race season kicked off. The fans are excited about it. Everybody's got the new colors for this year, and just all the new crew guys blending in. I mean, you got to be on top of your game right when you show up.
Indeed. The 49ers introduced Dennis Erickson as their new football coach. Erickson's been the head man at Oregon State since 1999. 49ers quarterback Jeff Garcia says Erickson's highly qualified for the San Francisco job. I think Phil Mickelson said it best. There will be a battle for a top 20 finish if Annika Sorenstam finishes number 20. That'll be fun to see later in May.
Okay.
All right.
We'll be right back.